All right, tell me about Cancer, Sun, Rising, Venus signs. Let's look at your energy first, Cancers. Okay, I'm not taking all those. Oh, okay, fine. I'll take that one. Okay. Under our energy shows the Three of Swords. Alright, so we got some, wow. Alright, so what I'm seeing here, Cancers, for you guys is deep down, there's some hurt that you're feeling. I feel like you're thinking about some bad choices that were made in the past. And whatever these bad choices or whatever these bad memories around some of the things that have happened in the past, it didn't give you what you were hoping for, what you were wishing for. And because of that, I feel like you guys are feeling hurt with this Three of Swords coming in. When it comes to, if someone hurt you, if someone betrayed you, Cancers, you're not forgiving that. Okay, because we got the Hangman coming in reverse also. Okay, you're not forgiving it. Because I feel like you're sitting back and thinking about what you've done or who you've been with or things that have happened, right? You're sitting back and thinking about that, but it's like the bad stuff that came from these things that seemed like it was going to be good, but it wasn't good. And you are seeing that it hurt you. But the thing about you seeing how it hurt you, you're like, I will never, because you're trying to prevent it from happening again. Because I feel like there could have been a few situations or relationships where it ended up not being good for you. You now have bad memories around it, right? And you're like, I'm not changing my mind with the Hangman in reverse. I'm not forgiving anyone from the past because I don't have, you're focused more so on the bad than the good. Now, we got the under our energy Three of Swords. Why is this showing up? I want to know why you're in this energy. Spirit, why is Cancer in this energy? Because it's like a pondering, like you're in this energy of pondering. Oh, I'm getting because you still haven't gotten the things that you may be wanting out of life. And I feel like you're pondering it because you're trying to prevent the same thing from happening again, which is why you refuse to give someone from the past a second chance, because you feel like they can come back and do the same thing over. So it's coming up because you may be someone that's like, okay, I want happiness or I want joy. And you're thinking like in the past, what happened that didn't get you that? And it's like, I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. So that's why you're thinking about it, because you don't want to make the same mistake twice. And also because it led to this Three of Swords, to this pain. We got the Seven of Swords. Okay, so why? Something is coming out with the Seven of Swords. There's something that's going to get exposed. That's also going to be why. That's also why this is coming up for you. Something getting exposed. We got the High Priestess. You have a feeling around this too. You have a feeling that someone, you know what I'm getting here? Feelings. You be having feelings. Because it's like it always come up to be true. This is making me feel like too, I don't know if someone is beating themselves up, because it's like you be thinking like, man, I had a feeling that this person was lying. And then the truth comes out. That's what I'm getting here. It's like you're thinking as though when you're meeting people or when you're involved in certain situations in life, you be having a feeling about it. A feeling of how it's not going to be good, but, still partake in it. And it's like, I'm not going to ignore my intuition, because it always end up being right. You always end up being right about it. Like about a certain person or about a certain situation. It's like you're predicted and then it'll come true. So this is making me feel like when you get into situations, that's what I'm saying, bad judgments. You're thinking about how you've made bad judgments despite what you were feeling, despite your intuition. That's why you're, wow, Cancers. You're, so what I'm getting here is that you're being really deep right now. You're being really deep because it's like, man, okay. I'm going to see something else with you guys, this energy here. I feel like this is someone who is very intuitive. Like, I feel like who this reading is for someone who's very intuitive. And again, like I said, gotten just, went against your intuition and got involved in things that ended up betraying you or hurting you and leaving you with nothing but bad memories, nothing good coming from it. And it's like I said, the truth always comes out though. So I know you're in this energy because you may just be doing some deep thinking, but I want to know a little bit more around this energy for you guys. Tell me more. Something's coming up. So you may not be understanding that, but something is coming up. Something is coming up. I knew it was a reason why I felt the need. Yeah, look, see, almost there. You have come this far to give up now. The seeds you've planted are beginning to flourish. Something is about to come up. And maybe that too is why you're sitting here thinking, because some of you may be feeling like giving up on your hopes, giving up on your dreams. Especially because maybe, like I said, you've had so many letdowns. All these cups left empty. The 9 cups is in reverse. Upright, they're filled. In reverse, nothing. It's like all these cups are left empty. That's why you're ready to give up. Because after the 9 comes the 10, an ending. Because your cups haven't been filled. But I feel like this is meant to happen. And I'm talking about you thinking about this, pondering this. I really feel like that you being in this state right now, thinking about how, you knowing certain things, but going against your intuition. You're like having certain premonitions. Some of you even getting dreams about people or situations too. And the truth always come out. I feel like you're meant to ponder that. Let's see what Spirit has to say around that. But I heard something is coming up. Like, that's why, like, on your end, this is happening. Because, like I said, you may be needing to think about these things. But I feel like thinking about it. But what you don't see is that there's something that's going to be coming up, though. You may need to just be pondering and thinking about it. May have something to do with what's coming up. I really feel like something is coming up. But see, look, I told y'all, look, believe in miracles because something is coming up. You have to take risk. Miracles will only happen if you allow the unexpected to happen. And it even says here, destined for greatness. It is your destiny to be great. It's coded in your DNA. Time to meet your greater self. That's why the pondering is necessary. Because Spirit is saying those premonitions and those dreams are not by accident. You have a gift as the high priestess. Most people don't have it because I feel like some of you may be thinking, oh, I'm crazy. Because that's what this makes me feel like, feeling lost when you get certain psychic hits, when you get certain information. Like downloads, you may be thinking, oh, no, I'm crazy. Or if you get a dream, I feel like you may just like push it to the side. But no. Your dreams, your premonitions are real. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like someone needs to ponder this to know that you actually do have some sort of gift. And on top of that, you are someone that's destined for greatness. And don't give up because there's a miracle that's coming your way. There is a miracle. Yes, the cups did not get filled up. Yes, there could have been some bad judgment calls, some bad situation that left you, feeling like nothing good is going to come your way. You probably just got like nothing but bad memories, bad experiences that have left you feeling hurt, left you feeling betrayed. But the truth always comes out because of who you are too. Because God, source, whatever higher you believe in, is not going to allow you to just settle. That's why the truth always comes out. That's why you always see the truth. Because that's why certain situations don't lead to the 10 cups for you. That's why we got the 9 right there. You can't just be with anyone. God is not going to let you just be with anybody. That's why it never pans out. You're not meant to settle. And that's what it says right here. Believe in some sort of miracle. Yeah, oh, look. It says initial spark, don't force solutions, and don't settle. See, I said that. It says initial spark. There is potential in a person or a situation to develop into something in the future. But do not force it and do not settle when this happens. It says a hidden treasure. Dig deeper. That's what I'm saying. Didn't I say deep thinking or something like that? You didn't, because it says here, deep. Dig deeper. See, you were chosen. I'm telling you who this reading is for. You cannot be with God. They're not your ancestors, an angel, because you're coded. It's in your DNA. You're destined for greatness. That's why they're not going to, no matter what, you may have had to be in a lot of situations that just did not work out because you were not meant to settle. You were not meant to be with certain people. You were chosen because you are perfect for this mission. And then look, what you allow will continue. That's why this is coming up, for you to see something about what you've been allowing. And that's what I was getting here, this energy. Someone is like trying to take accountability for the choices that they've made and seeing the error of their ways and saying, I don't want to repeat that. And that's good. That's good because it's leading to you not settling. It's leading to you not chasing, right? Don't force solutions. It's leading to you not chasing or trying to force something and make something happen. All right. So that's an interesting energy that you guys are in. I like it for you though, because it seems like it's doing something for you. Let's use I want to use this deck. Yeah, see, this is going to lead to some sort of permanent ending. Because remember we saw what you allow will continue. You're about to permanently end something, whether it's a relationship, a way of thinking, a pattern that you may have had. And that's probably why we saw the Hangman too, where you're like, I'm not going back to something that left me with bad memories, that caused some sort of betrayal. We got luxuries. See, didn't I say you were being protected too? Because look, destined for greatness. And what is your greatness? Luxuries, assets, possessions. You're destined for a wealthy life. And I think I talked about that in the previous reading. So if this is resonating with you, go watch the previous reading. Because if I'm not mistaken, that reading talked about whoever that reading was for having like some sort of wealthy, rich life, great fortune. See, you were being protected. That's why things protected from danger. You were being protected. That's why certain relationships did not lead to that 10 cups. And this luxury and possession. Tell me about luxury and possessions. What is this about? I want to know what this is about for you. Look at this. I want to read this to you. It says you can choose to be lost in life. It says you can choose to be lost in the labyrinth of life, or use these trials to harness your inner strength and come out stronger and wiser. I didn't even realize that this is like the perfect summarization of your energy. That's what I'm saying. You're trying to use what you went through to come out stronger and wiser. That's why I said this is someone that's taking accountability for their choices and realizing I went against my intuition. I went against what I was feeling and got involved in some situations that I know I shouldn't have. And you're using that though to not make the same mistake twice. And see, blinded and manipulation. Something was blinding and manipulating you. Was it something, or what was this blinded and manipulated energy about for the viewer? Couldn't see something. What couldn't you see? Temporary ending, sunset. And then we got here spotlight, recognition. I don't know what that is. You couldn't see some sort of temporary ending, blinded and manipulated. What else is this about? Forgiveness. This is unforgiveness, though. This is unforgiveness. This makes me feel like you may have felt blinded, because it says here temporary ending. This makes me feel like going back into things, like things that end, then going back to them. That's what this feels like. There's something here about maybe being manipulated or being blinded or not seeing. And we got temporary endings, which makes me feel like let's say you were with a person and things would end, but it would be temporary and you'll go back, only to keep repeating it. But I want to know, it was because I feel like there was something you weren't seeing. That's why, I know why, y'all, spirit is on you. Spirit is on you. You know what spirit is showing me about this? Trust your intuition. See here, people are not going to show you who they really are. That's why it's going to be important to trust how you feel around certain people or certain situations. Because I feel like someone was trying to manipulate you, was trying to cover up something so you wouldn't see the real of some sort of situation. So you will keep starting and repeating this cycle with this person. So let's say, for example, somebody was married, okay? So they would have probably tried to gaslight you or make you think that they weren't married, or if they were married and you knew that they were going to leave. But Spirit is saying around that energy, as that being an example, I don't know if that's a good example now that I think about it. But nevertheless, it's like, trust how you feel. You are someone that has a heightened sense of like premonition, psychic abilities. Spirit is saying you went through this stuff to heighten that. Because you know how when people are blind, for example, their other senses are heightened. So hearing, they can hear better than someone that can see. And it's because that sense had to be strengthened, because we saw the strength card. I saw it earlier. I saw the strength card earlier. It's like that sense being able to hear, because it's making up for not being able to see. Your hearing becomes stronger than the average person that can see. And that's what I'm seeing right here with you. It's like you had to go through that so that your psychic abilities, your intuition could be stronger and powerful, because you're destined for greatness. You have luxury, you have asset and possessions. And so once Spirit puts you in this position of luxury and asset, you need to be very clear about who can be around you. Because people will show you their representative. And because of the position that you're going to be in, you need to be able, Spirit is saying, we're going to protect you, but you also need to be able to protect yourself as well by being very mindful of who you allow around you. And so your intuition had to be strengthened. Your psychic abilities had to be strengthened. And that was because you're destined for greatness. And once you get into this position, you can't just let anyone around you. You can't just allow anyone to have access to you. And people are not going to be able to manipulate you and tell or try to show you lies. Spirit saying we need you to not walk by sight. You are someone that was chosen. You can't walk by sight. You have to walk by what you feel. Even, and this is not even just in relationships, but even in this world, like on TV, when they're showing you stuff that could be a lie, or when they're showing things to try to get reaction out of people and create division. Spirit is saying, you, who this reading is for, you are going to have to trust your intuition and your gift of sight, the gift of sight, the gift of spiritual sight, and not physical sight, using your third eye and not these two physical eyes. And that is because of your destiny. That is because of your purpose. And once you close the door, don't go back. Trust your intuition, because your intuition, for whoever this reading is for, is saying it's a permanent ending. However, you have been going back. Temporary endings. You kept going back to stuff that you knew or know isn't for you. So, but now I'm seeing here, you're like, I'm not going back. I'm not forgiving certain things. And I wouldn't say forgiving, so to speak. It's just that it's like closing that door for you. I feel like you're starting to wake up to closing that door. Let's see. What else? Empire state of mind. Yeah, see, you're about to have a fresh start. Yep, your life is about to believe in a miracle, because you're about to have a fresh start. And this fresh start is going to put you in a particular mindset where you're going to be about your purpose, where you're going to be about your dreams and your goals. You're going to be busy. And being busy is going to bring in luxury. It's going to bring in assets. It's going to bring in money. It's also going to put you, remember, I think we saw spotlight. We saw spotlight too. So it's going to put you in the spotlight. And that's another reason why someone like you, who's chosen, who's been called, has to protect your energy. Because who you are and what you accomplish, it's going to attract it's going to attract people in general. It's going to attract people. But you need to know, not every person is going to be good. Not every person is going to be looking out for your best interest. Some people are going to want to try to use and manipulate you, and you're going to have to trust your intuition when dealing with them. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap up your reading and see what's coming your way that you don't see coming, and then I'll close out with an advice card. What is coming the viewer's way that they don't see coming? I'm going to pull from the bottom of the deck. You're not the Six of Pentacles. It's like, I'm not giving. That's what's coming your way, not giving. You're putting a stop to something, and we can kind of see that, right? Because you've been doing a lot of deep thinking, an old way of being. You're putting a stop to it, and the thing about it is, it's not something that's going to be easy for you, and you're going to know that. See, it's going to require strength. Because, and even someone, this could even be someone or something that you are in love with, right? Again, whether it's a person, place, or thing that you love, and you know it's going to require strength, that you stop giving to that person or stop giving to that situation. And that's what's coming your way that you don't see. You're about to stop giving to something that we just got done talking about. That was not filling up your cups. That was leaving you in pain. Stop giving to bad situations. What's behind the King of Cups? Yeah. Two of Wands is there. You're going to be looking out. You're going to make a decision. The Two of Wands is here. You're going to make a decision, start focusing on your world. Empire state of mind. And stop giving to things that don't fill you up. Even if you got love for a person, place, thing, or situation, you're gonna try to be strong and not give your attention, time, or even money to it. So you're going to be abstaining from things and focusing on your world, focusing on your goals. And that's that fresh start for you. And it says believe in the miracle, because what did I tell you guys earlier? There's something that's coming. And I feel like because you are actually doing something, that's why it's coming. Because it's like, now you're ready. Now you get it. Now you get it. And now you're ready to receive this miracle. Because now once you receive this miracle, you'll be able to keep it. You'll be able to maintain it. What is the final advice for this viewer, who this reading is for? Surrender to spirit. Yep. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal. See, you do what you can. That's the thing. This is for someone who's done what they can to achieve this goal. Then turn the situation over to the divine and let spirit work its magic for you. Let spirit work its magic. You do your part and then turn it over and let God or spirit or source, whatever higher power you believe in, do the rest. All right. Catch y'all later.